I want you to the moon. I want you to the moon. I want you to.
Let's start this day with an opening prayer. Please all stand and let us pray. Please lead the prayer, Ms. Tuwagnon. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Good morning, class.
Good morning, ma'am.
You may now take your seat. I hope that you are all having a great day today. How was your weekend? Did you enjoy it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's good to hear that you all enjoy your weekend. So before we start, kindly pick up the pieces of papers under your chairs and throw it on our trash bin. Please also arrange your chairs and make sure that you're on your proper seats. Class monitor, please check the attendance. May I know who are the absent for today?
I'm glad to say, ma'am, that there's no absent for today.
Oh, okay, thank you. Very good. There are no absentees for today. Class, do you still remember our previous topic? Okay, Mr. Montana.
Our previous topic is all about rights and responsibilities in being as citizens and internet users.
Okay, very good. Give some example, Miss Morfe.
Ma'am, we as a Filipino citizen have the rights to vote and responsibility to pay the taxes.
Excellent. So for me to know if you really understand our previous topic, we will be having a short oral recitation. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
So I will be giving each of you a flashcards with the written text of a good citizen and a good digital citizen. So you are just going to raise the flashcard with a good citizen if the statement is showing its characteristic, while on the other hand, if the statement is showing the characteristic of a good digital citizen, you are going to raise these flashcards. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please distribute. Okay, thank you. Please, let's all proceed to the first statement. So, number 1. Advocates for equal human rights for all. Is it a characteristic of a good citizen or a good digital citizen? Very good. All of you get the correct answer. This is a characteristic of a good citizen. So, let's proceed to number 2. Does not steal or damage others' property. Okay, very good. It is a characteristic of a good citizen. How about this statement? Communicates and acts with empathy for others' humanity via digital channels. Okay, all of you got the correct answer. It's very obvious, right?
Yes.
Why do you think so, Mr. Datoy?
I think it's so obvious because of the word digital in every statement.
Very good. It's because of the word digital that makes it a good digital citizen. So let's proceed to the next statement, which is projects a positive self-image at all times. Okay, very good. This is a characteristic of a good citizen. Moving along with the last statement, which is advocates for equal digital rights and access for all. Okay, very good. All of you got the correct answer. It is a characteristic of a good digital citizen because once again, there is a word digital in the statement. Okay. So, it seems like everyone in the class really understand our topic. So, let's proceed to another topic. So, this topic is still connected to our previous topic. So, before that, do you have any question or clarifications before we proceed to the next topic?
None.
Okay, before we start our lesson, let's have a game first. Let's call it 4 pigs, 1 word. What do you think is the first picture? Okay, Mr. Montana.
Communication.
Okay, another idea, Mr. Rodolfo.
Digital communication.
Another idea. Okay, Mr. Wagnon. Digital. Okay, very good. The right answer is digital. So, how about this picture? Mr. Datoy.
Nationality.
Okay, another idea, Mr. Montana.
Citizenship.
Alright, very good. This picture is about citizenship. So, from the pictures from our game a while ago, what do you think will be our topic for today? Mr. Wagnon?
Digital citizenship.
Okay, very good. Today, we are going to discuss about digital citizenship. So, of course, we will also discuss about its elements. So, let's first define what digital citizenship is. Digital citizenship is defined as the ability to engage with the internet or technology in a safe and meaningful way. So here are the things that we should accomplish for today. Please read the goals for today, Ms. Morfe.
Goals for today. Identify the elements of digital citizenship. Role play on how to be a good digital citizen. Show concern of having knowledge on how to be a good digital citizen.
So at the end of the class, we should accomplish these goals. Okay, I have here a concept map. So I want to know if you have prior knowledge about the digital citizenship and its elements. So you are just going here in front, one by one. So you are going to write the words that came in your mind that you think are connected with the digital citizenship and its elements. So let's start with Mr. Montana. Write something in the concept map. Thank you. Okay, how about you, Mr. Rodolfo? Mr. Wagnon? Ms. Morfe? And last, Mr. Datoy. Okay, thank you for your cooperation. So it seems that most of you don't have any prior knowledge about the digital citizenship and its elements. So I prepare an activity that I know will further expand your knowledge about digital citizenship and its elements. So let's watch this video. Please watch and analyze the video carefully, okay?
The world is a busy place that keeps changing. This short video is to inform you of positive steps that you can take with your digital footprint in order to respect and protect yourself, as well as to connect to others safely in the digital world. There are 9 elements to digital citizenship. Some of these elements relate to you more outside the walls of your school, while other elements directly relate to how you use technology in school. The decisions that you make as a digital user can impact your world for your future. So please be a wise user and
So note that we have 9 elements of digital citizenship. Number 1 is digital access.
At school, you are provided with opportunities throughout the day to access technology, where you use a computer in a lab, library, or on a cart. There is also Wi-Fi available throughout your school, where you can access the internet or on a guest network. If you do not have computer or internet access at home, ask your teacher librarian about times that you can access the computers in the library throughout the day, as well as technology that is available through the public library system.
Number 2 is digital commerce.
It is so easy to shop online for items that you need for everyday living. If you are planning on buying and selling goods online, you need to be aware that not all businesses online are legitimate. As a consumer, you need to be an effective user and producer of the digital economy. Make sure you know the background information of reliable vendors that you're purchasing from so you are not vulnerable to identity theft. If you are a seller, keep in mind that products and services that you are offering need to be legal. We communicate with people via phone, text message, through a variety of apps that we learn anytime. Please be polite when engaging in these types of interactions with anyone. If you are in a disagreement with a friend or classmate, be thoughtful before you text or post something online. If you're the instigator, deleting texts and information from websites and apps are never fully deleted. Sending threats or bullying anonymously is never anonymous. If you're bullied online, you need to report it to an adult. Just remember, before you send a message or picture to an individual, stop and ask yourself, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it correct? The world of technology is constantly changing. Just when you have a skill set mastered, a new form of technology emerges that you have to learn. As a student, it's important to know the differences between how browsers and search engines differ. As a consumer of the internet, you want to be able to evaluate online resources to determine the accuracy of content. As a student, you want to be aware of different opportunities to be engaged with technology, whether you are involved with a remote or online learning experience. Stay educated and informed, as you will likely use digital tools for your future. With access to technology comes responsibility, and in a school setting, there are expectations that need to be followed using your own personal devices and the devices that the school owns. Be aware of the cell phone electronic device policy in your school to know when you can appropriately access your phone. Be mindful that the computers in your school are used in support of education and research. Gaming and personal research are not considered acceptable uses of accessing technology in a school environment. Keep in mind the district has access to your computer account, and they can see every internet site and document that you have produced. If you are not accessing technology following the district and school guidelines, your account may be blocked by administration. Digital etiquette also extends beyond the walls of your school. Be kind and considerate. You're responsible for your actions in the technology world. When you're in school and involved in research, you need to cite anything you use that is not your idea to give credit to the messages, or stealing anyone's identity is considered illegal. Before you engage with technology, consider what is appropriate.
So last three.
As a digital citizen, you need to follow acceptable use policies, using technology responsibly both inside and outside of school. Access online material ethically while citing your sources to give appropriate credit. If you see something inappropriate, you need to report it to an adult. Think about your well-being when you are accessing technology. If you feel that your eyes are fatigued or strained, or you're sitting in a position that is not ergonomically sound, your body might need a break. Although the internet is accessible 24/7, that doesn't mean you have to spend all of your time on it. Remember to take digital breaks. Have face-to-face conversation with friends and family, and engage in technology with moderation. You have locked some of your house to secure it. You also need to secure yourself in the digital world. It is important to protect your identity online as well as protecting your own equipment. Your login credentials for your school and personal devices should not be shared with other individuals. You will also want to keep your passwords up to date and sophisticated so that your accounts will not be compromised. When you are done using a computer, make sure you log off. Remember to protect your technology equipment at home. Back up your data and have virus protection and firewalls intact so that outside forces do not attempt to harm. Thank you for watching.
Okay, thank you for watching. I hope that you learned something from the video. So after watching the video, I hope that you can identify what is the pictures that I will show you. So I will be showing you some pictures and you are just going to guess what element of digital citizenship is being presented. So let's proceed to the first picture. What do you think is this element of digital citizenship? Miss Morphe.
Digital access.
So anyone who wants to share their idea why does this picture became a digital access? Mr. Rodolfo?
As you can see in the picture, each of them are having own laptop to access internet.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Miss Morphe and Mr. Rodolfo. So it's right that this picture is a digital access. So, Mr. Wagnon, please read the definition of digital access.
Digital access is the ability to fully participate in digital society. This includes access to tools and technologies such as the internet and computers that allow for full participation. Unfortunately, not everyone has complete digital access and therefore are not able to fully participate in digital society.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wagnon. So it says here that not everyone has complete digital access. So anyone who have an idea why does not everyone have the same access to digital world? Okay, any idea? Volunteer, guys. Mr. Rodolfo, why do you think that not everyone have access to digital world?
For example, the people who lives in far from cities like in mountains or other province that cannot access in the digital, cannot access in the internet or anything.
So exactly, that is what I want to hear from you guys. So there are, it's because of the location, so that's why not everyone have access to digital world. So what do we call that? You know, that some students have access and some students do not have. What do we call that? So, Mr. Wagner?
Digital divide.
Okay, very good. That is what we call digital divide. So let's proceed to, before we proceed to the next picture, are we clear with the first picture, which is the digital access?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's proceed to the second picture. What do you think is this? Okay, Mr. Montana.
Digital law.
Okay, very good. This is digital law. So, do you know what is this thing? Okay, you don't have any idea. So, this thing is what we call gavel, and we commonly saw this in Supreme Courts, which was used by judge to call attention or to call an order. So, and this one. Yes, very good. So, this is a handcuff that was used by police officers to arrest someone. So, these two objects is both connected or have something to do with law. That's why it became digital law, because the two objects that is connected to law is being placed above the laptop, which is connected to digital. Okay, very good. So, it's right that it is digital law. Thank you, Mr. Montana. So, please read the definition of digital law. Mr. Datoy?
digital law refers to the electronic responsibility for actions and deeds. The digital world is so huge that there should be order, discipline, and ethical use. Plagiarism, copyright infringement, hacking of information, identity theft, are crimes that are commonly violated by online users. As digital citizens, we must be aware of this illegal behavior so that we can avoid them and report those who illegally engage in them.
So we all know that as a students, we don't, for you that as a students, you don't know what are the illegal deeds in doing in digital world. So you need to be aware to the digital law so that you can prevent committing in that different crimes. So let's proceed to this picture. Who wants to guess? Mr. Wagner? Digital security. So it is digital security. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Wagner. So why do you think that it is digital security, Miss Morphe?
Ma'am, as we can see on the picture, there's a lamp.
Yes.
Symbolize the privacy or security of a person.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Miss Morphe. So it is digital security. So let's proceed to the definition of digital security. Mr. Montana, please read the definition.
Digital security is the collective term that describes the resources employed to protect your online identity, data, and other assets. This tool includes web services, antivirus software, smart SIM card, biometric, and secured personal devices.
Thank you, Mr. Montana. Mr. Rodolfo, why do you think that it is important for us to know this element or the digital security?
We must protect our personal information in order to protect also ourselves in any kind of crime.
As you have said that we need to protect. So, Mr. Datoy, do you have any idea how can we protect ourselves in digital world?
I think securing your account and save what information you must save and not inactive.
Okay, thank you. That is good. So we need to be responsible. So there are things that we should have backup so that if our accounts or if our cell phones get missing, so we have a backup. We have a backup information to our important things. So let's proceed to the next picture. What do you think is this picture? Miss Morphe, what do you think is this?
Digital communication.
So, okay, digital communication. So I want to ask, who in the class is in a relationship? Okay, no one. So, digital communication is very important because we can use technology to communicate with someone we want to communicate, especially today with the pandemics. We cannot have face-to-face interaction because we are not allowed to have a interaction with someone. So we just need to use technology to communicate with our loved ones. Okay, so this is digital communication. So can you read the digital communication?
It is another element of digital citizenship that we seem to be embracing wholeheartedly. Digital communication is the electronic exchange of communication which includes emailing, texting, instant messaging, utilizing cell phones, and etc. As digital communication continues to grow, it is important that we do not forget how to communicate face to face. We have to utilize digital channels of communication to enhance our ability to communicate, but do not allow it to replace our ability to communicate.
Okay, it was being mentioned in the video a while ago that we should not replace or we should not forget the face-to-face interaction because it's still important despite of being surrounded by digital world. So it says here that it is very embracing wholeheartedly. It's because that we use as technology in everyday lives to communicate and to send text message or even video calls. We can also do that not unlike before. Okay, how about this
rather than in face-to-face, rather than in shopping malls and other stores.
And this digital commerce also helps us for some businesses like online selling or live selling. We are selling something through technology. And of course, we are very familiar with Shopee, Lazada, okay. So we use this technology to buy something that we want online. So in digital commerce, we are using money, so we need to be very careful. So we need to be digital literate in using this or in buying something in online so that we are not be as what do we call it? Yes, scam, a scam. Okay, next picture. What do we call this? Okay, Miss Morfe?
Digital etiquette.
Okay, very good. This is digital etiquette. So why do you think that it is digital etiquette? You don't have any idea?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's next slide. So this is digital etiquette. So please read, Mr. Rodolfo.
It is the electronic standards of conduct or procedure, the proper rules of behavior while using technology devices and interacting with others.
So it was mentioned here the behavior. So digital etiquette is about the behavior that we are using in digital world. So we need to treat others the way we wanted to treat. So don't say something online that you can say in front of that person. So be careful on saying something online. How about this picture? What element of digital citizenship is this? Mr. Montana.
Digital health and wellness.
Okay, very good. This is digital health and wellness. Why do you think that it is important that we need to understand this digital health and wellness? Okay, Mr. Rodolfo.
As far as I know, most of us use our gadgets 24/7. Therefore, some cases, some people may feel illness.
Yes.
Therefore, we must take a break, like in the video earlier. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rodolfo. It was mentioned in the video that we should limit our time using technology and of course our posture when using technology. We should have the right posture to have a healthy lifestyle. So please read the definition. Who wants to read? Mr. Montana. Thank you.
Our physical and physiological well-being in a digital technology world should be a priority. Many illnesses have become associated with technology use such as carpal tunnel syndrome, eye strain, and childhood obesity as an effect of children's prolonged sitting in front of the computer screen. Technology has also posed an inherent danger of addiction and threat from online predators. Thus, children and adults alike must learn how to protect themselves as digital citizens through education and training.
Thank you, Mr. Montana. So it is very important that we should know this digital health and wellness because it is connected with some illnesses that we should be careful. The next picture, Ms. Tuagnon, what do you think is this element?
We don't have any idea.
Okay, please help, Ms. Tuagnon.
Digital rights.
Digital rights and?
Responsibilities.
Okay, very good. It is digital rights and responsibilities. So, Mr. Datoy, please read the definition.
For every right, there is a corresponding duty, and for every privilege, there is a corresponding responsibility. The privileges of digital access come along with the responsibility. Just as the Philippine Constitution protects us with the rights of being Filipino citizens, such as the right to privacy, we also have the responsibility to be cautious in our online activities, such as posting our photos and videos online.
So, it's still connected to our previous topic, am I right?
Yes.
So, it talks about our rights and responsibilities. So, once again, what are our rights as a Filipino citizen and responsibilities? Ms.
As
Morfe?
I said earlier, we, the Filipino citizens, have the right to
an internet user and as a student, what are some rights do you know? Or some rights as an internet user? Let's start with Mr. Montana.
Oh my God, you. Okay.
Okay.
Right to access internet.
Responsibility.
Be responsible in every post we must.
Okay, thank you. How about you? What are rights and responsibilities?
I think freedom of speech.
Okay. How about our responsibility in freedom of speech?
Don't post some false information and
Yes.
don't spread fake news.
Okay, very good. How about you? What do you think is some of our rights as an internet user and as an... Okay, go ahead.
Treats other the way you wanted to be treated.
Is
Kind of
that...
responsibility.
Okay. Thank you for your response. So let's proceed to the next element. Or I think this is the last element. So what do you think is this element? Okay. Mr. Rodolfo?
Digital literature.
Okay, helps. Digital?
Digital literacy.
Okay, very good. This is digital literacy. It's very tricky, right? You think that it is literature. So, this element is digital literacy. So, I have a question. Why do you think that it is a digital literacy? Mr. Data, you are raising your hand.
I think that picture shows digital literacy since the uses of any applications and any settings in computer you must know it to run a program or a computer.
Okay, it is very organized that each person here is using the technology or the digital world in a more responsible way. That's why it's a digital literacy. So let's proceed to its definition. So Mr. Rodolfo, please read the definition of digital literacy.
Digital literacy also includes the ability to differentiate between real and fake content, which can have a negative impact on the lives of your students. They need to learn which content is good for them and what they should avoid in order to live a balanced life.
So I have a question, guys. Do you consider yourself as a digital literate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how do you consider yourself as digital literate?
I consider myself as a digital literate since I can access gadgets like cell phones and laptop.
Okay, another idea. How about you? How can you consider yourself as digital literate?
I consider myself as a digital literate because I can identify if fake news is fake or not.
Okay, very good. So let's put, ayan, okay. I will be group you into two, or I will divide you into two, so that you will have your own group, so you can work with your own activity. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay. So here is your activity card for group 1. So your task is to explain digital commerce and digital access. So this is for group 2. So your task is to present a short and simple role play about on how to be a good digital citizen. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So before you start, let's have this reminder. So these are the things that we should remember when doing an activity. Please read.
Work silently.
Cooperate.
Ms. Wagdan,
Manage the time.
Ms. Morfe.
Don't stand and go to other places.
Okay, please start. You may now start doing your activity. So I will be giving you 10 minutes to finish your activity and you will be given time to present it. Okay, you may now start presenting it. Go to your own groups.
Tapos, di ba, pagka mag-ano na Dapat mag-focus ako na ako.
we are here to present our task, which is defining and connecting the digital access and digital commerce. Digital commerce is all about having transaction of buyer and seller through online. During this pandemic, it is commonly to perform in order to lessen in terms of consuming of time. And as a buyer, we should aware of the background of the product that we will buy. And in this area, we use money in exchange of that product. So we need to be aware and careful in using it.
So, well, digital access, from the word access, meaning it is the ability of having an access to the digital world. And we are in a modern where most people are modern and live with technology, so they can socialize visually. And in this type of pandemic, where people happens to buy products or sell things, but not all people can access internet. Usually, those people who lives in mountain or province that doesn't have signal. So meaning you should have a fully access to the digital world first in order to buy product or pay bills or even like those light selling. Okay, thank you, Group 1. So let's give them a hand of applause. So thank you, Group 1. Thank you, Miss Tuwagnon and Miss Morfes. So it's right that they explain the elements of digital citizenship with its connection with the two. So I forgot to tell the criteria of reading in the explanation. So for content, 10%, for delivery, 10%, neatness, 5%, cooperation, 5%, for the total of 30%. So for the criteria of for the group 2 who will perform the role play is understanding of topic, which is 5 points, believability of role, which is also 5 points, and cooperation is 5 points. 5 points. So with a total of 15 points. So you may now start presenting. So do you need to move this? Okay, thank you.
Ayos lang. Yan ito.
Ayun ako muna ito. Sasamahan lang ako.
Kasi Marites yun ah. Tapa ako. Makapag-post nga, malaking issue to, grabe. Buntis si Marites, si Jonas ama.
Uy, pre, ikaw
Ano?
may nag-post nung
Sa Facebook, yung buntis daw si Marites.
Oo, tignan mo, ba't daming likes? Grabe kasi nakita ko kahapon. Magkasama sila tapos ang laki ng John Morris. Buti sa tayo. Pero dami nagka-comment. Hindi ka kaya makasuhan dyan?
Hindi, nakita ko eh. Kita naman eh.
Pre, ano yung nabalitaan mo? Kung ano-ano yung pinapost mo?
Wala. Sabi mo, pinost ka tungkol kay Marites tsaka Jonas. Dapat una yun.
Hindi, alam mo ba pwede kita kasuhan dahil sa ginawa mo? Pre, isipin mo muna yung kung makakasama ba yun sa tao bago ako mag-post ng kung ano-ano na hindi naman talaga totoo. Huwag mo na ulitin nga pa. Think before you post, par.
Siyempre, delete ko na lang. Sama mo.
Walang explanation.
It is about digital citizenship and its elements. Sa elements na ginawa namin, nandun yung digital law at saka yung digital access. Since naka-access sila sa technology through cellphone and or laptop, kaya nakita yung post ni Dave na patungkol kay Jonas. Yun sa law, nabanggit din yun sa yung pwedeng kasuhan dahil din sa na crime kasi isang character
Adults'
niya.
behavior.
Papa, hindi po, hindi po tama yung ginawa niya dun sa kaibigan niya. Kaya po, dapat watch your step before you do other things.
Okay, very good. Let's give them a hand of applause. So that is very interesting and very entertaining. So it seems like every one of you really understand our topic or our lesson for today, which is digital citizenship and its elements. So we have a short quiz for me to really know if you really understand our topic, which is the digital citizenship and its elements. So get a piece of paper, any paper will do. So and answer it quietly. Okay. Answer the quiz quietly. Okay, thank you. All done? Okay, let's wait for the others. Okay, are you all finished? Okay, let's check it. So number 1, let's read and answer.
Digital access is the ability to fully participate in digital society. My answer is true.
Okay, is he right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So number 1 is true. Number 2, read and answer.
Digital commerce refers to an individual's ability to find, evaluate, and clearly communicate information through typing and other media on various digital platforms. My answer is false.
Okay, very good. It is false. So Mr. Datoy, why do you think that? What makes number 2 wrong?
I think the ability to find, evaluate, and clearly communicate information is defined is a digital etiquette. Digital literacy.
Okay, so it is digital literacy. So digital commerce, once again, is buying and selling goods through online or with the use of technology. So number 3, Miss Morfe.
Number 3. There are 6 elements of digital citizenship. False.
So Miss Tuwagnon, why do you think that number 3 is false?
Because digital citizenship has 9 elements.
So let's recall the 9 elements. The 9 elements of digital citizenship. Any order?
Digital access.
Okay. What about you?
Digital etiquette.
Okay.
Digital commerce.
Okay.
Digital law.
Okay. Next, Mr. Datoy.
Digital rights and responsibilities.
Next one, Mr. Jonas.
Digital literacy.
Okay.
Digital health and wellness.
Digital communication.
Okay. It seems that every one of you really understand our topic, so you can able to identify the 9 elements of digital citizenship. So number 4, Mr. Montana, what do you think is the answer? Please read and give the answer.
Digital law is identified as the responsibility of being safe online and following online rules. It is basically known as the law of internet. The answer is true.
Are you all correct with number 4?
Yes.
Okay, it is digital law because you can already see here the word law of the internet. Okay, number 5, Mr. Rodolfo, please read and give your answer.
Digital rights and responsibilities refer to physical and psychosocial
do you think that number 5 is false? What makes it wrong?
I think, ma'am, the physical and psychological well-being and the technological world refers to digital health and wellness.
Okay, very good. That is right. So, now, based on our lesson, what do you think is the importance of the elements of digital citizenship and how it affects our lives as a student and also as a Filipino citizen and as an internet user? Mr. Rodolfo, you want to answer?
Knowing the elements of digital citizenship can help us stay safe in digital world, and on the other hand, it will make us knowledgeable on our rights and responsibilities as a Filipino citizen and as a internet user.
Okay, very good. So having knowledge of the different elements of digital citizenship and also our rights and responsibility will make us safe in using the digital world. So it will bring our country in harmony and peace. So do you understand our lesson for today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any clarifications?
No.
Okay. So, for your assignment, write an essay with at least 3 paragraphs on how to become a good digital citizen and a good global citizen. So, because our topic is about technology, so I know that every one of us have access to technology. So, I will just going to send this in our group chat and also the criteria for judging and writing an essay. Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay. So, that would be all. Thank you for listening. Goodbye, class.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for listening.
I want you to take me home, I'm falling.